Hey, Slater Crusaders, what an honor to talk to our next guest. I was just listening to a message of his last night about 1 Corinthians 13, a bunch of other places in the Bible too, about being strong and courageous. And he is certainly a man of strength and courage. Pastor John MacArthur from Grace Community Church up in LA and Grace to You, gty.org ministry. Please, you have to check them out and download all their apps and listen to John MacArthur's sermons going back many, many decades. Pastor MacArthur, how are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. Thank you, Mike.
Wonderful to talk to you. Let's talk about the reason we're here. When did you know that you were going to open up and you should open up your church again in LA?
Yeah, I think it was about 4 weeks into the live stream, and we started to see people just come to church. So they began to disbelieve the narrative, and they just came on their own and just came into the auditorium and sat there. We didn't make an announcement, and every week more and more and more and more. Without us making any kind of announcement, we probably hit 3,000-4,000 people just showing up. They were aware of the fact that people weren't dying at the rate that they were told they were going to die. We were aware of it as well. So I just think it was a very natural thing. They knew I was there. They knew I was preaching. They just came to hear because they weren't afraid.
Were you ever worried about a confrontation, a police presence, the county or the state cracking down?
Well, I knew it could happen. It didn't worry me because I know what our mandate is. We're going to be there, whatever the city does or whatever the health department does or whatever the governor says. He's not the head of the church. Jesus Christ is the head of the church. And like the apostles, we obey God rather than men. So once we realized that the death rate was 0.02 in California. In other words, you have a 99.98% chance to survive this. Our people saw that. Everybody realized that. They just started coming back. There was no fear. They're adults making decisions for themselves based on the data that they could see. So I didn't really worry about what the authorities might do. And there's another reason why. The police said to me, this was from the chief, he said, there's no scenario in which we would come against Grace Community Church. We enforce the law, not health rules or mandates from a governor. So we knew we were protected from that. So as of yesterday, they decided they were going to fine us $20,000 for violations last Sunday. And that's fine. We're happy to accept the fine, and we'll be back next Sunday.
Really? So who fined you, the county?
The county. Yeah, they fined me. I think they fined me $8,000, and they fined the church $12,000. We kind of expected that. We have people lining up to pay that for us as long as we keep meeting. So,
that's not gonna stop,
that's what they have. That's the only, no, we're not going to stop. We're going to do exactly what we've been doing. And I keep saying this to people. This is not going to end until people say, that's all. We're not doing this anymore. We've had enough. But until people in mass begin to go back, open their stores, demand the schools be open, go back to church, open the church, they're going to endeavor to keep some degree of this lockdown. The deaths in California, the last health report, at this point, one COVID-related death per 100,000 people. That is no reason to have this entire state locked down.
Wow. That was deep and insightful. I want more of that. Like, subscribe, get more.